Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording of Borderlands 2. Theoretically, I've said it for probably 3 or 4 episodes now, this could be our last episode. But we're gonna have to kind of rush through this. We're doing a Zadford, Hodunk, Romeo and Juliet style quest where we have to create a love potion, which I don't think really there was a love potion that played a big role in Romeo and Juliet. It kind of defeats the purpose of the game, of the story, if I'm having to force people into falling in love. There it's go ahead and kill a lot of people. I guess ideally, I don't want to zoom. So over there is the gun, the gold, that may be booby-trapped. This level layout was kind of bad because there was no vending machine at the beginning of the level, which I guess that means I should have gone to the sanctuary and sold all the guns in my inventory, but I chose not to do that. I always find it interesting when you're in a building and video games have like a hole in the wall. It feels like maybe you're supposed to jump through that hole, but it almost never is actually the case. Here we have another fish. I know that there's probably one more fish at least that we're gonna have to collect. Let's see, what is this? We're probably gonna get that direction at some point. So, bling loader.
Oh, that's new. That thing's made out of solid gold.
Let's so we're working towards killing things with shotguns. Before we go that direction though, I want to run around in a circle here. Apologies for wasting time, but if we don't run into any more DLC, there's been so many of these little separate DLCs that didn't seem like they really weren't given any indication that they existed at all. What is that gun compared to what we have? It's still not anywhere good enough. There you go. Now I didn't want to sell. That's not the reason I ran around. I wanted to look, see if there might be a sneakily hidden platform over here. This seemed like I may have had to get up to this area. That was my thinking, is that we were going to go around in a circle, we were going to end up on this platform, and we were going to have to jump from there. But I guess that's not the case. That's just a thing. And yeah, there's not a lot here. I guess we could look out the window. And look out the hole in the wall. And they're chasing after the bling robot. So I have a challenge that is built around doing electrical damage. I'm still trying to finish that. I've got a challenge that is built around killing creatures and killing things with all sorts of guns. It's pretty much just the SMG that I've overused. Like, I think I've done all the challenges with the SMG. Probably be helpful to pick up, to have sold all of the guns. That'll give me a little bit more room. If we look at the map for a second, though, you can see this is a pretty linear area. We're probably just going to work our way back in a circle to the outside of the distillery. Would be my guess. And because I'm overpowered, I don't really need the amount of bullets that the game would have to give me, normally speaking. A lot of these DLCs seem to be built around the idea of so now I guess I'm gonna just fight them. They seem to be built around the idea of running in circles to take as much time up as possible and give you something to do, I suppose. So every time one of these grenades is hitting him, it's swing, load, and micro. Every time one of these guys is hitting, getting hit by a grenade, they're doing considerable amounts of electrical damage. Alright, I am now out of grenades, so...
Grab its head. That'll be our something gold.
We needed something gold. And we got Blingbot's head. The idea of enemies coming through garage doors is intriguing. It probably should have been done more often. And there's a decent chance by the time I'm done looking around here, I will have refilled all my grenades. And we can look to see where places where a Cult of the Vault piece might be. Here's some moonshine. We're just slightly over $2 million, and the challenge would have been to be over 3 million. I don't think that I'm supposed to be able to jump back there or jump over this. If I am, that's probably a hidden thing that I'm gonna miss. We found so many hidden things, it's very believable that there are dozens of slightly better hidden objects in the throughout. And we know that's true actually, because the Cult of the Vault quests haven't been done.
You should be able to mix the love potion right there.
Alright, so we're mixing a Pandoran Psycho Baby with gold and something else. What was the other thing?
Looking good. Now, the whiskey for something old.
A whiskey.
Now toss in the baby. Ellie! I'm kidding. Don't toss the baby. Just hold it over the mixer and make it cry.
Make a baby cry.
Life is very short. One day you will grow older, and then you will die.
Awesome. The baby's crying.
That's
Seriously? This right here?
Haiku.
This is not something good guys do. YOLO! Never say that again. Now, let's mix it up.
Interesting. Never say YOLO again. I bet this came out right at the peak in which people were saying YOLO.
Sounds like the love potion's mixing as we speak. Hey, with all this talk of marriage, I'm curious. Was there ever a Mr. or Mrs. Vault Hunter in your life?
Combat is my love. Brutal violence, my partner. I need no one else.
So,
That's looking lovely. Now, just turn on the machinery to distill it.
so we have more backstory for Zero, who barely gets any backstory at all. which is the point, I suppose.
Looks like the potion's done. Grab it.
You would have thought that there was
better
a...
deliver that silly ass potion and do the dumb marriage.
And give the baby back.
Yeah, and whatever. Do the thing.
For a second there, I thought I might actually fall in there and die. There is definitely something to be said about the fact that this isn't in the Dungeons and Dragons quest, because this feels definitely like a fantasy quest that could have been in that, making a little potion. There's something else that occurred to me. I don't know if I'm gonna remember it though. There's an opportunity, I guess, to give Ellie some more characterization here, but they're really not taking it, and I think we're kind of quickly just going to burn through the rest of this, unless this turns into something else. Yeah, we looped back this way, and we can throw these and get some more iridium. See, I don't think you can go around anymore. See, there's a slight section here that hasn't been unlocked on the map. And then there's finding the fish bait and fishing. And I think that's pretty much all this DLC. You see these birds flying around, and would have made more sense to if those were racks that would attack us. And we saw some balloons, and we popped all the balloons, and that didn't really do anything for us. We saw a leprechaun. I would need like 300 more kills with the shotgun. That's not gonna happen. Here we have the Hodunk still trying to kill us.
Mom always said to be.
And things seem to get flown like really far. And there's no way to get to this building. Alright, so go fish with that one. And every time these go fish happens, it pulls the rope and gives you another one of these guys. I'm not sure if I found them all. Here we have a fire kraken. Ooh, gonna have to be careful. Ooh, I better be able to get a second wind by destroying his tentacles. That was not an easy fight. Suppose if we run into a couple more difficult fights, we maybe get a little bit higher on the experience. And by turning in the quest, that might be enough to let's see. Here we go. We've got Moby Dick over here. I think Moby Dick is dead. Let's see. One more. Definitely want the iridium. I'll take everything else. And let's see how that plays out. We've got a trophy here and a trophy here. There's one more fishing thing. Like, so I've missed one piece of fish that I would need to collect to unlock this. And who's to say what that really would give me, whether that's just going to be some level 35 guns, I imagine it would be, or whether that would go for...
What's the whole recipe again?
Something new, something old, something borrowed, and something gold. I'm pretty sure that's it.
You sure? Ain't it something blue?
What? Blue doesn't rhyme with gold.
What? Go away!
I don't know why that character is there. It is something blue. Normally. But who knows how that works in Pandora. Let's see if we get the loot leprechaun to spawn again over here.
Next stop, me hideaway. Son of a bitch, it's a boss hunter! My precious loot!
Where'd it go?
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, Dick. I'm half in the bag and I can still run circles around you. Fine. Now, back to me wife and children.
Well, that kind of worked. So you get a couple opportunities on the loot leprechaun, but I don't think you can actually kill it. I think it's just always just gonna drop things when you hit it and or melee it. But not a bad system. So I guess there's nothing over here to pick up. Did he drop anything over here that I didn't pick up? Nope. So let's move the story forward. Yeah, if I can get to level 44, open 15 gold keys worth of level 44 content of golden chests, golden keys, and then sell all that. Maybe I could get to 3 million. So love potion is, I guess, going to the characters who I guess are in the church. I'm trying to get get a marriage going between the podunks and the hodunks. I think that's what their names are. Put the baby here.
Thank you. We've moved the wedding into the fresh air. Just put the potion in the punch bowl and we'll get started.
And her umbrella just disappears. And this opens up, which is going to give me the ability to sell things. So before we walk in there, I'm just going to pre-mark everything to sell. I still have a lot of stuff here. I'm holding on to a lot of these iridium objects just in case I would want to consider using them. Let's see. So all of that. So all of that. I haven't bought bullets from a vending machine in a long time. I didn't realize that I've been wasting money. I've probably been wasting quite a lot of money doing that. The game didn't really warn me. This is every indication of a boss fight. How are we on? We've got none of those bullets, which might be a problem, but probably not. Unless these guys decide to do something crazy. This is the well. So I guess we could have jumped down the well. We got some more balloons we can pop. They seem to be individual. Like, well, not individual, the opposite of that. Seems like one balloon is one stash. We'll pop all these while we listen to him talk. Let's see. It's kind of obvious that they're moving things outside so that these guys start attacking us. Or, you know what? This could be a big monster. Like a giant thresher that comes out of the water. And we've lost that raininess and now it's bright and shiny. Again, this just does not look like Pandora. Like, this feels like some other planet. Yeah, all those times Handsome Jack mentioned how horrible Pandora was. If this was on a different planet, that would make a lot more sense. And I get that in the main game there were some highland areas and there were some sections with water in it. But we're starting to see sections with full-on oceans around them, which is like a lot. It's too much. It makes sense though to block off people's directions. And let's see. So we have a bunch of Zafford ready for a fight. We have Colin Zafford. Let's see, maybe I have a less shaky gun. Oops. Let's not do that. You have Colin Zafford here. And you have Bridget Hodunk. And then you have some Hodunks ready to fight. And we have Innuendo Bot 5000.
The bride and groom quiver with anticipation.
This is the wedding attire.
Here to
Screw all of ya!
You matchmaking scrubs can all go right to hell, especially that traitorous dumbass bag of boobs, Moxie!
Son of a... No, we're here for peace. Just put the potion into the ceremonial punch bowl.
Spike the punch.
I ain't gonna drink that!
Of course you wouldn't, you coward.
The hell I am! Ha! Who's yelling now?
I ain't letting no hodunk princess outdrink me. Hell no.
Say, you look pretty good all of a sudden.
It actually worked.
I'm all flustered.
I feel like this is gonna happen, and then
Oh, we can't kiss with these helmets on.
Yeah, let's take them all. Love ain't no fun with protection.
and this is gonna be hideous. Yep.
no,
Marriage alone, you idiot.
Kill the bride, kill the groom. So the question, like in the game, this is how it works. The question will be, if these guys kill, will they level up? Or is this just gonna keep on going? they're all over here. Let's just throw this and see what happens. It seems like there's some more coming out from over here. So it seems like this is just going to keep on happening, and we'll get more spawns of minions. Alright, so let's find the happy couple and kill them then. Bridget Hodum raging. Where's the other guy? Colin Zafford raging. And if we kill one of them, these guys are dropping guns like crazy. If we kill one of them, will the other get enraged even more? Colin, we have Bridget. Kill them both at the same time, if I could. Yeah, it doesn't seem like her moves change much because the other one died. Oh no, they revived each other. Ooh, okay. So we do have to play this careful. So we need him to be close to death, and we need the other to be close to death. They seem to be kind of immune to damage too. She's picking up tires for some reason. There you go, second win from killing her. And now I need him gone. Like, if this guy's gonna try and revive him, got him quick.
I couldn't have messed that up worse. The bride and groom are dead. The clans are still at war. And I kind of shot our whole let's start acting like good guys plan of the foot.
Told you the recipe called for something blue.
You killed the newlyweds! You monsters!
You're bleeding right. From here on out, the Zafford clan declares a
Thresher
blood war on
bait.
Moxie and the
Orange.
Fox Hunters. And the Ho Dumps are with you.
Oh, hey, I guess we did sort of unite the clans, even if it's just so they can kill us. I'll call that a win.
Legendary orange bait. Does that count towards the quest of
Stole a baby?
collecting?
Vault Hunter, come back whenever.
We didn't get to fight Innuendo Bot.
I vanish.
And let's just run around and make sure we've collected everything. So there's one more fish that we can use. And I think we'll be alright as far as bullets. Maybe. It might be a little bit difficult. And while we're over here, let's again look at the guns. We didn't pick up too many. Class mods. unlock a skin. At least we got something unique there. And a bunch of grenades mods and shield mods. Which, you know, I probably should look at some of those items and decide if I want to hold on to some of them, if I'm ever going to come back and play this and try to finish the quest on the New Game Plus. The other thing is I'm going to definitely have to move the installation of this to my secondary hard drive off my SSD once I'm done recording, just to make room, but I'll have to keep it installed so I can come in every time there's a new shift key. So if I ever was going to play a New Game Plus, I probably would have 50 to 100 gold keys by the time I got around to it. She's going to give me a reward, and I bet that's going to be the end of this.
Trying really hard to find a moral to the story other than violence is good, but it's not coming.
And let's see. A new head we can look at. There is a new quest. Good.
I love you.
Corruption detected. Activate romance.exe.
Sexy things are overrated. It is time for love. You will collect romantic gifts while I put words of romance into an echo recorder. First, fetch me a cigar. The Hodunk bridesmaids may have some.
Okay. These are unlocked.
Nice.
Now this quest that we just got is level 35, so we can handle it. Can't do anything with this baby. And then the face object is here, so we can suppose look. Like, you can totally tell these things were added at a whim at the end. So apparently I had unlocked a couple of heads. If I unlocked any skins, I'll be surprised. These skins look horrible. No. Just totally unnecessary extras on a game that is already too long. And certainly this is what a lot of gamers would want. They would want a game that they can play forever, but that doesn't work in the video game industry. If there aren't people buying new versions, new copies, new iterations of the games, of video games, then there's literally no money to support the industry and coming in. I don't want to be down here when we do that fish. So it really feels like we could have been on Borderlands 4 or 5 at this point. Alright. So this could be a nightmare. Is this a Rue the Love Flusher? He's not too bad, it looks like.
Hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
That's not too bad at all. Getting a little bits of iridium. We're over 215 now. Come on, give me this money. Pick up that gun. Pick up that. Every little bit. And last trophy. To unlock this. For a level 35 gun. Or 2. And some mods. Doesn't feel like that's really worth it.
Once Moxie programmed me to speak only in double entendre. Now I have learned to speak from my heart.
Oh, come on.
So, am I looking for things?
Shitless fog hunter stealing our smokes.
I guess I'm just finding things and picking them up. So,
A smoking cigar is so much less interesting than a smoking.
My old self would have been ignored in wonder when you grabbed that cigar. But my airborne heart knows only sorrow. Now collecting blonde wig, and I found one in the Safford distillery.
at this rate, I very possibly am going to be full of guns again. Like, every single person seems to be dropping a gun.
Confession. When I look at Moxie, I feel a sharp pain in my hypothetical stomach. Though she is my mother, I feel an intense love for her. Is this normal?
To love one's mother, an unusual feeling.
What's up?
You're on your own.
Here we have Ed and Stella. I don't see any reason to... Oh, we need the blonde wig? Alright.
I need your blonde wig, for reasons unimportant. May I please have it?
Oh, I'm sorry, but this wig is wired into my friend or foe subroutines. If I were to remove it, I'd go insane and probably die.
I am on a quest which requires that blonde wig, so, I need it.
But it's just a side quest, right? You could just, like, not finish it. It's not worth, killing my girlfriend and I, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you'll still have the quest hanging around in your log, but that's not such a big deal, right?
It really isn't for me. I've got so many of these others. But...
Sorry about this. I want to finish the quest. Nothing personal.
Stella? No!
Oh, yes. I'll find the final romantic gift. Grease. The Safford groomsmen have stockpiled some for a wedding night rite of passage.
And that is this direction, so it shouldn't take too long. As long as we don't run into... Actually, I think I remember.
I see what's going on. Innuendo about net is the romantic comment that's on the internet. Only a scramble design.
So I'm just gonna throw a bunch of these around. And we'll be able to sell guns, so we can come over here and sell all of these. Still not really in a position where any of it needs to even be looked at. It's just... But also, this is barely giving us any money.
Welcome, customer.
So 2.23 million. You take the grease.
Lubrication is a means of making things work. His is grease. Mine, blood.
Stop them! They've got the secret non-grease!
See, I don't know if this is worth the effort. Is that a thresher spawning somewhere around here?
This grease will come in handy and error so that you romantic gift bundles.
Let's see, there's a bunch of people theoretically around here. I don't see him though. See, I'm getting into a fight for kind of no reason. Really intense music playing. Try that guy.
Initializing. I saw another Vault Hunter with one just like it. Did my compliment / insult make you love me?
Drawing tactic. Neg does not work.
He's trying to neg me. We'll just get some health by melee damaging people. And that may just be the end of that. Innuendo bot seems to be in a different place. Let's turn this in.
I am in the mood for love. Give a romance bundle to some prospective soulmates. First, Hodum, comma.
I made finger pizza! Stick in my hair!
So now we're...
Neg, the first subject. Prepare yourself for a compliment / insult the world has never seen.
So... I think I'm giving the blonde wig to that character. That was just standing there. So I guess the question is, where would the other character be if I'm giving the blonde wig to this? Blonde wig and a cigar also kind of sounds like the Bill Clinton reference, which would be a really old reference even when this game came out.
You are pretty, but your hair looks like a drowning burn victim. Wear this wig and love me forever.
No.
Acknowledged. Take the second Valentine to Zafford, comma, Nathaniel Lim, and we will woo him with pure bluntness.
Yes, again, we're just running around, and we've got like 15 minutes left in this hour, and I don't want to push this into yet another hour. It's been hundreds of hours, it feels like. Oh, there was a character over here standing. I didn't realize it.
Here is a cigar, the universal sign for Freudian lust. Marry me immediately.
Ah, I'm good.
Understood. We must now attempt the nuclear option. Bring the last Valentine to Moxie, that I may pour out my heart and soul to her.
Delivering the can of grease to Moxie. It would be funny if Moxie accepts this. Like, she's married everybody else. Pretty much, so why not marry Innuendo Bot? That'd be a funny way for it to start in Borderlands 3.
Moxie, my love for you keeps my gears turning, just as sure as that can of smelly grease. Marry me.
Vault Hunter, go kill Innuendo Bot.
But why? I thought love was like a shield bar, to be whittled down by the bullets of persistence.
No, that's called stalking.
Okay. So now we have a new quest to kill Innuendo Bot, which... That's what I figured.
Sorry. I know now that love cannot be forced. Complete your mission and end my heartbroken existence, Vault Hunter.
Oh, maybe leave him alone. Sounds like he's learned his lesson.
Fame, sadness.exe, successful.
Never mind. Waste him.
Such heaving, such thrusting.
Let's see. He's doing a decent amount of damage.
That's that. I'll chunk his AI core and reprogram it from scratch. Come on back, Vault Hunter.
So I have like still really only getting 2 experience from that, and looking at the level there, I don't think we're making it to level 44, which that kind of sucks, but whatever. Let's just wrap up this game. Unless she gives me, well, 10,000 XP might just be enough.
That's the last time I let him watch romantic comedies. Oh.
No, I'm like ever so short. Let's see, how much is it? We have like, they don't put a parentheses here, so it's hard to read this. 1,100,000 XP short. You know, it looks like I might be 10,000 or 100,000 XP short. And with that ending, there's kind of nothing here. Guess you couldn't have fallen down here. Yeah, it really doesn't give you credits or ask anything of you. It's just a new level. And this makes sense, but it really needs just something on the menu to tell you, hey, this is a DLC area, you can do this now. Because otherwise you're just gonna miss things. I've obviously nearly missed a lot of content. Had I quit, say, 10-20 hours ago, which would have been a possibility, because I would have thought I would have been done. And see, I'm still not 100% sure that we aren't done. Like, Oasis here is an area we've been to. This is the pirate DLC, which I remember this DLC, so I'm fairly certain that this one was one of the first ones. And Warm Water, Hatter's Folly, Rust Yards, Washburn Refinery are all of these are just different things in the big DLCs. Hunter's Grotto is the next DLC. Claptrap's Place included, I think, and Southern Shelves. So, yeah, Claptrap's Place is where we started the main game. And then we went to Southern Shelf, then we went to Three Horn Divide, Three Horns Valley, then we went to Southpaw Steam and Power, Frostborn King. We barely spent any time in that area. Then we went to the Dust, Bloodshot Stronghold, Tundra Express Farmhouse, the Fridge, Highlands. We've been to all of these areas. There are some things I could still do. Opportunity. Have we been to Opportunity? Yes, we have. Opportunity is this location. Yeah, these should all be labeled. Iridium Blight, Sawtooth Canyon, Arid Nexus, Heroes Pass. Heroes Pass is the last area. Now if I hit Y, I can sort it by alphabetical, and that doesn't actually help any. So we have been everywhere. Finally. Finally. Gluttony Gulch was the Thanksgiving Day DLC. So back to Sanctuary we go. We have about 8 minutes to wrap this up. And then we're done with Borderlands 2. I don't think my opinions are going to be too hidden on this, frankly. Let's start here. We never got any Seraph Crystals. So we have a 150 light blue level upgrade we can buy.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And then there's a 200 on top of that. And I kind of think this is just going to keep on going in that direction, where you very possibly are always going to be in that scenario. Increasing my bank by 2 for 100 iridium is really expensive. There's lots of DLC things that give you reasons to have more iridium. Having one more grenade is for 100 iridium is also very expensive, but something I'd like to have.
Don't you hurry back.
So let's come over here. These machines don't give you anything that is at your level. Like they're level 30. So my only hope is with 15 golden keys, since there really isn't a quest that I could quickly turn in to get more experience to get to level 44. My only hope is that I get a lot of guns that are really expensive and can sell them to be over $3 million. 13,000 and 12,000. That might work, but I'm not sure. It's probably actually too little. And these will, of course, be better guns. Using the golden keys really ruined the experience of Borderlands throughout the entire time. Basically, no guns ever that were picked up could compete with what we were getting from the golden keys. Which meant you sat with the same guns for probably a quarter to a third of the main game. You had to wait until you'd leveled up 10 times before you could even start to consider replacing them. What's funny is the main story of Borderlands 2, which is kind of totally forgotten at this point in my mind, was very generic and very boring. But all these little DLC things spiced it up a lot more. It feels very much like the main release of Borderlands 2 was an unfinished game that was rushed out, and you could have waited another year, had integrated a lot of the DLC that was added into it to make it a better, more consistent storyline-wise game. Or you could have, if 2K or Gearbox demanded that the game come out on time, which was probably the case, they should have just held back, and at least half of the DLC that was released on this should have been, let's see, adaptive shield, not so much, turtle shield, not so much, and last golden key. It'll be interesting to see if that turns into a scenario where when I pause the menu it still says I have golden keys, because I definitely don't now. We could find some more guns or items or iridium, that although the drop rate on iridium has not increased. That's $100 gun. No need to really look at that one. Yeah, it feels like you should be getting bundles of 5 iridium instead of just 1. Some currencies have increased by your according to your level, some haven't. Alright. So we've got here some of these. Assault rifle damage, cooldown rate. Let's try cooldown rate to start off with. Melee damage, max health, melee damage, and override cooldown rate. I don't think we need 2 melee damages, so we'll sell that. I also don't think I'm gonna have room for a lot of these, like Hyperion damage, not really. Cooldown rate of 25 versus a cooldown rate of 29. Tells me that can be sold. Do I have any others that are just cooldown rates? Here we have a fight for your life. I don't know what I just moved. Fight for life and second wind. Much lower second wind by quite a lot. And then like fight for life. Did I have? Yeah, that's not worth keeping. That's not worth keeping. 1 more grenade is not worth keeping. Honestly, 2. I think we probably are in a good position to sell that. 2.3 million. Let's now look at rocket launchers. Did we get a better rocket launcher? Let's see. This would be a Vladov gun that does less damage but has a higher magazine size and a higher fire rate, like 1.5 times fire rate, or 2.4 instead of 1.0. But I don't like that one. This one's a slagged gun that does 3 times the amount of damage, so it's slightly more damage, but I don't like that either. Even though it has a higher fire rate, it's a slower reload speed. Alright, so I'm sticking with my level 42 rocket launcher. Next we're comparing shotguns. Let's see if we have any new shotguns, which we may not have gotten any shotguns at all. Nope. Next we compare handguns. Let's see. That's not better. Explodes like a grenade when it's reloaded. Does slightly more damage, but a slower fire rate by quite a bit. Let's see. Electrical damage, but a slightly lower fire rate. No. Still not impressed with what I'm getting. Alright. Alright, this one I guess is better in every way. So we'll keep that in mind. And that means we can sell that one. And this is the problem with these guns, is in the way the system works, is you're really just getting a slightly better version of the same gun. Because there really is top tier guns, when, at least in my mind, it seems pretty obvious. Increases accuracy. Fire rate here is lower, so while this would do a slightly more damage, it would take a lot longer to shoot, and that's not the kind of guns I want to use.
Before we head off to
Let's
the
sell
old
that.
trip,
We're now at
got a new
2.5 million.
Sanctuary.
See, I may have to, if we get really, really close to this, I may just have to sell everything. We need a bouncing Betty. We can sell this one. Actually, let's just compare all these. Bouncing Betty. Jumping Betty. This one's a bouncing Betty, actually, so maybe instead of using that, we'll use that. Corrosive Singularity, no. Homing Grenade, no, it's better than what we have equipped, but still no, and no. So I'm gonna switch it with what I have. That way there's a Bouncing Betty grenade towards a quest. A quest we almost certainly will never finish. Assault rifle damage, we can sell that too. That didn't give us a lot of money. I don't know if we have enough here. Not that shield, although that is better than what we've got. Right now I'm using an amp shield. So I don't need a spike shield.
Welcome to my humble shop.
We're making progress, but not fast enough. Assault rifles. Slower fire rating, but more damage, consuming 2 ammo. No. See, higher fire rate by nearly double, doing slightly less damage and slightly more bullets, but not explosive. I would hold on to the explosive, and I definitely don't want to hold on to Jacobs.
A fantastic day for capitalism.
262.
Don't die. I need
Like, if I had just not died once, I think, well, probably a little bit more than once, but it would have been a lot closer. Instead, we have the sniper rifle, which this new sniper rifle, despite the fact that it is corrosive, seems like it has a much higher fire rate. So I could sell this SMG.
It's a fine day, full of opportunity.
So then this comes down to, could I sell what I have right now and then buy them back? We have 22,000 plus 10,000 plus 11,000. That would be 43,000 plus 24,000, which would be 68,000 plus another 7,000, which would be 75,000 plus another 19,000, which would be 94,000. And where are we?
Let's just get this out of the way. Yes, most of
yeah, that's not anywhere close. I'm still a considerable amount of money away. And what guns did we really change? We still have the same shotgun. We have a slightly faster gun here. We have the same assault rifle. We have the same rocket launcher. We'll go ahead and equip these other 2 guns. We have the same SMG. And did I not equip this other gun? Yeah, I didn't, apparently. A slightly faster sniper rifle that seems to run out of bullets rather fast. Don't tell me there's like a Cult of the Vault symbol over here. They did say that there was a decent number of them around Sanctuary that I haven't found. So yeah, unfortunately we're left with just this experience. If I could have gotten a little bit more money, over 3 million, I could have then off-screen gambled a lot and gotten a lot more iridium. Getting the iridium really wouldn't have changed too much. See, it's interesting you can't get behind the bar in this part of the game, but you can get behind the bar in the Carnage, Caravan of Carnage DLC. Yeah. Unless my safe had a lot of money in it. We're kind of ending with just nothing to say. I've said it so many times. Borderlands 2, its main story, I feel like I have some major problems with how it's written. And because of that, there's definitely some issues. Yeah, if I was to sell a lot of these, I still don't think I'd have enough money. Yeah. There's just so much content. Way too much content. It's all over the place. It's distracted by its own ideas. Unlike Borderlands 1, it underuses the bulletin boards a lot, and you get a lot more people talking to you, and thus people being paid to talk to you. When, in all honesty, you could have just had it not animated that person and not animated their lips moving, and instead been a little bit more conservative. Maybe Borderlands 2 did go over budget. It's very possible. The main game certainly seems like they could not get the enemy AI very well. That's why you end up fighting a ridiculous amount of Hyperion loaders. There's so much here, that some of which requires you to play with other people, which that certainly sucks for me. There's so much here that is just requires you to play a second time. It's just so hyper demanding of your time. I thought when I started covering Borderlands 2 that this would be like an hour, no, like 100-hour game, and I may really have only gone like 100 hours, but it feels like it's been 250 hours of gameplay, and we've done so many quests, and it's still not good enough for the game. It's annoying. The fact you can't switch characters also is such a killer. It would have been so nice 25 hours in to stop playing as the assassin and go play as the Gunzerker, or stop playing as the Gunzerker another 25 hours later and then play as, say, the Necromancer or the Psycho. Like, I don't even know how you would play as the Psycho, but it would be interesting to at least try it. And there's no way to try it without starting a brand new game. We got a couple of ranks more. These ranks don't really do anything. It's yet another thing that's here. And I definitely still look forward to Borderlands 3. I've heard some rumors about it. It's allegedly coming out, but I don't know how I can actually get on the hype train for it. It may be a year or 2 or 3 or 5 before I even feel rested mentally enough to want to go play Borderlands 3. There's so many quests here that you won't get done. Just too much. It all just wraps right into that idea of too much. There's too many achievements. There's achievements built around all kinds of things. For instance, those portraits in the Caravan of Carnage that I was picking up, there's an achievement just for collecting those for no reason. There seems like there's a bit of a memory bug on the PC version if you leave the game running and Alt-Tab on it. That's not really a big issue for most people, though. The shift codes, like, there's been a long list of 5 golden keys that the code keeps changing, so that list is not there. But also, they used to give out like only 3 golden keys back in 2015, you can see. And then they also sometimes give you some skins and some gears, or 25 golden keys on 6/2/2018. That might have been an anniversary or something. Spooky skins. So this game has to stay on my computer forever, because I want to input these shift code keys and they don't, and they just don't stop. There's so many people that worked on this too. It's kind of obvious because 2K, I don't want the music to play here, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit B on that, sorry. It's pretty obvious, since 2K owns the Borderlands idea, that Gearbox has basically no tentpole games that they own directly. Because of that, they really needed to shift some of their development into making something that felt a lot like Borderlands but wasn't Borderlands, and I don't know how you do that other than you make a fantasy game instead of a sci-fi game, or you make a real-world game instead of a fantasy or sci-fi game. But that's what they needed to do, and they also needed to have a tentpole game or two that was not around first-person shooting, and they've kind of failed to do any of that. They tried with Battleborn, and Battleborn was unfairly treated because it came out a week before Overwatch, certainly. But you really can't make a company just around one game. Let's see, I guess there's really no reason to look at any of this. Let's see if we could possibly make some understand. Like Borderlands 2 unused pre-order DLC 1, unused pre-order DLC 2, unused pre-order DLC 3. I wonder if those are those 3 levels we did. But it says it's not downloaded. Let's see if we can hit A and see some details. No, because that's all stuff that would pop up on the Steam overlay that I have disabled. We did Captain Scarlet and the Pirates Bay. So we'll actually name correctly the name of these characters. The Creature Slaughter Dome, and was integrated, I think, into the main game. The Creature Dome, apparently not downloaded. Seems like there's quite a lot on Steam that I own that's not downloaded. I don't know if that's because it overlapped or what. Premier Club has been purchased, and we're not. What was that? Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. That was a good DLC. I was really surprised when we started doing that, because I thought we were done at that point. I thought we weren't going to really have but maybe 4 or 5 hours of gameplay after Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunter started, and it turned into a good another 30 hours, it feels like. Collector's Edition pack, but Collector's Edition? Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, the Dungeons and Dragon ones, the Season Pass. Let's see. So the Season Pass included, seems like, everything, which still makes sense. Like, it did kind of feel like this game could have been a DLC, like multiple season game. There's just so much content here. Necromancer Beastmaster pack is probably skin. I bet a bunch of these are just skins. Yeah. And there's no indication whether I own these or not. Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 2 includes Digistruct Peak challenges, adds 11 more levels of character growth, and new legendary gear. Interesting. So the Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 2 is probably the last one you should play. Upgrade Pack 1, which unlocks the true Vault Hunter mode, or Ultimate Vault Hunter upgrade. Level of 61. So much DLC. And this is DLC of actual content for the most part, not just skins. Let's see. Psycho Pack. See, Headhunter 1 is the Bloody Harvest DLC. Kind of wish I could see the order that these were supposed to come out. And then Headhunter 2 is the Thanksgiving DLC. And then 3 is the Christmas Day. And then 4 is the Wedding Day Massacre. And 5 is Son of Cromac, so we did them out of order. Is there any kind of way to filter this? Season Pass downloadable content, add-on downloadable content, miscellaneous downloadable content, which I think a lot of them I don't have. I would be kind of insane to spend more money on this game too, buying those skins. Well, that's it for Borderlands 2. In all honesty, I did have a good amount of time with this, but I would heavily recommend normal people to play this in bits and pieces. Like, play all of the main game over the course of a month, and then take a long break, and then maybe 2 or 3 months come back and do some DLC. That's clearly how it was originally designed. Now, realistically, that's not gonna happen, particularly as games are nowadays. By the time you're done with Borderlands 2's main game story, you're probably going to put it away and never play it again. So if you can buy the game without the season pass and it would save you a few bucks, you might consider doing that. Although the better content is in the season pass and the DLC. So maybe you just ignore the main story. But if you do that, then you'd be so overpowered and underpowered that it would ruin your experience that way. In a lot of ways, Borderlands is kind of the best generic first-person shooter, particularly when you're playing as Zero. I miss Borderlands 1, where Lilith was maniacally laughing and having fun when she was shooting and killing people. Zero just did not emote that way, or make sounds in the main game in particular. Some of the DLCs, they had characters scripted to say a few things, which was nice, but it still didn't really make me fall in love with Zero as a character. So I definitely wouldn't want to play the Assassin class. I think next game I play, I'm probably just going to play the Soldier class, so that very possibly is Borderlands the pre-sequel, but it is also very possibly Borderlands 3. I may just skip the pre-sequel completely. Yeah, we're going along here, and that's kind of the #1 thing that I can say about this game. Is it's long. It's got too much content, and a lot of the content is just not used well. While there are a bazillion guns, as they claim, there really are only maybe 100 that are worth playing with. Same is true for the shields. Same is true for the grenade mods. Same is true for the iridium pieces. Particularly the iridium pieces. There's not a lot of variety that you would legitimately want to play with. And yeah, I could go on. I think that's probably what I've adopted from this game is I could just go on and I could go on and I could go on, but the game has gone on and on and on. So let's just end it here. That's going to be it for this recording. If you want to see any of the other games I've covered, check out my YouTube page and click the playlist tab. I have a playlist for every game I've ever covered. This has been a really long one, and certainly it's going to be interesting as this airs on my channel and takes up a time slot for a very long amount of time. But yes, there's playlists for every other game I've covered, and so you might want to go check those out. Go check out Borderlands 1. I'm fairly certain I played Borderlands 1. Yeah, I totally played Borderlands 1. Man, it's been... I can't even remember now. And we're done. So if you want to friend or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, assuming some of those services are still around by the time this airs, some of them almost certainly won't be. There are links down below in the description for that. Also, I'd like you to like this video and share it with your friends, comment down below, and watch every second of all the videos that I post, because that helps me with YouTube and gets my videos suggested to more people. And when you subscribe, if you click the notification bell, that might be helpful too. Furthermore, if you want to support me, because this has been a really long journey, a lot of effort was put into playing all of this and covering it. So if you want to support me on a monthly basis, there's a link down below through Patreon where you can donate, I believe, as little as $1 a month. Or if you just want to support me one time, you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list, or you can gift gift cards, or you could just gift a game you'd like to see me cover. You could possibly save me some time if you were to gift me things like skins that I don't own, but I don't know how you would even find that out for Borderlands 2, because there's no reason for me to make new content showing off new skins other than to maybe make a 5-minute video to thank people who had done that. And yeah, that is it. I am finally glad to be done with Borderlands, and I'm going to be very hesitant to get back to it and try to get on the hype train for Borderlands 3. Fingers crossed Borderlands 3 will be great. I have some trepidation, but there's a decent chance that it will be good. That's it for this recording.